Good morning children. Today we are here to discuss Unit 10 Electromagnetism of 10th class. Within this particular chapter, now we are going to discuss a new topic. The topic name is Activity 9, which gives information about electromagnetic induction. To perform this particular activity, the material required for us are a wooden base, a circular wooden base is required there itself. Then afterwards, a soft iron cylinder. Soft iron cylinder is required, and a metallic ring of radius. A soft iron circular cylinder is required of known radius, of certain radius. Then afterwards, a metal ring whose radius is slightly greater than that of the radius of this particular soft iron cylinder, circular cylinder there. Mount that particular cylinder on the surface of this particular wooden base. Then afterwards, take an insulating copper wire of 24 gauge of certain length and wound it on the surface of this particular wooden soft iron cylinder continuously. Wound it nicely. After wounding it up, the two ends you have taken here itself, the two ends you are setting free there itself. Later on, what I am doing there itself, after wounding copper wire on the surface of that particular soft iron cylinder, I am placing that particular metal ring on the surface of that one. Why means, as I have taken, the radius of that particular metal ring is slightly greater than that of the radius of this particular soft iron cylinder, so that it will fall down and it will be get setting at the bottom of this particular surface. It will be get existing. Then afterward, the two ends of this particular metal ring, you connect it to what? We will connect it to two different types of sources. One is AC source, other one is DC source. First of all, we will perform an activity of this activity based upon AC source. What happens when AC source is connected? When the two ends of this particular copper wire, which is wounded on soft iron cylinder, is connected to AC source, what happens there? We will observe that the ring which is existing at the bottom will be leviated up. It will be leviated up. It rises up from the surface of this particular bottom base of this particular soft cylinder. It will be rises up. Why it is rising up there itself? When the metal ring is rises up there itself, it will be leviated and it will be floating in air within certain region in between on the soft ring there itself. Why? When the ring is leviated around this particular one, what happens there? On that particular metal ring, what happens there? The net force acting upon this particular metal ring will be equal to 0. For example, this is a metal ring which is leviated on soft cylinder, circular cylinder, which is wounded with copper wire. As it is leviating means what? It is floating in air. Leviation means what? It is floating in air. As it is floating in air means what? Net force acting upon must be equal to almost there 0. If it is acting 0 means what? There must be consisting of two forces. One force to take it down, which will be given as nothing but what? Weight of that particular metal ring, which will be always acting in downward direction. Simultaneously, exactly opposite to this particular metal ring, there must be existing of a force. Unknown force must be acting upon the ring, whose force is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. If it is acting and downward direction there must be existing of equal magnetic force, but in opposite direction it has to be existing there itself. Due to that reason, the ring is alleviated within this particular. Alleviated means what? Floats in air. The ring is floating within the air as it is alleviating in the air. As it is floating in air due to net force is equal to 0. There must be existing of unknown force which is acting upon the ring, allowing that particular ring to be get float in air. Now we are going to identify what is that particular unknown force acting on the ring. As we are connected to the AC source there itself, what happens there itself? It changes when it is connected to AC source. What happens? This AC source, alternate current source, changes both magnitude and direction of that particular force. Both magnitude as well as direction of the force which is acting upon the metal ring will be gradually changes in regular interval of time. As the regular interval of time is changing, what happens? The magnitude of the force as well as the direction of the force also will be gradually changes as we have connected one source. What is that source we have connected here? AC source. As we have connected AC source, what happened? This particular coil, soft iron cylinder which is acting like a coil now, it will be producing current will be passes through this particular coil as through this particular wires, and it will behave, it attains one property. What is the property? Magnetic field will be acting upon the coil. As the magnetic field is acting upon the coil, this soft iron cylinder will behave like a solenoid. As it is behaving like a solenoid, compulsory there must be consisting of what? North pole as well as south pole must be existing. So, if one end of this particular surface is, if it is acting like in a south pole here, the bottom end of this particular coil must be act like what? North pole. As the current is flowing continuously within this coil, what happens there? The magnetic field around this particular coil will be get passes. So that what happens there? As the magnetic field is obtaining within this particular wire, obviously there must be, it has to behave like a magnet. If it is behaving like a magnet, one pole, it will behave like a solenoid. Solenoid consisting of two poles, north pole as well as south pole. Therefore, if I am considering this is north pole and the bottom surface will be equal as what? South pole. Now south pole means what? North pole. If it is north pole, it must be a south pole for a certain time interval only. For a certain time interval. Why? After certain time interval, as we are connected to alternate current, the deflection of current, the flow of current will be continuously changing for certain time intervals. Due to that reason, after certain time interval, what happens there? The current flowing in the coil will be gradually changes. As the current flow in the coil will be gradually changes, what happens there? The polarities existing for this particular coil also will be get changes. South pole will be act like north pole. North pole will be act like what? South pole. For certain time interval there itself. Later on again, change in current will be taken place. The change in current allows the change in magnetic flux. Due to changing of magnetic flux, magnetic field lines acting upon this particular coil allows to change their polarities as south pole to north pole, north pole to south pole. Continuously they will be changing as we have connected it to AC circuit or AC source there itself. As we are connecting to AC source, what happens? The current flow will be gradually changes. That particular point we have to keep in our mind regarding the coil what we are seeing. Now coming to the alleviation of the ring, if we are coming to the itself. As the ring is alleviated in the air, floating in the air, it is possible if coil is behaving like a what? Magnet with opposite poles. For example, if this pole is nothing but if this is behaving like this coil is behaving like a magnet, consisting of south pole and consisting of north pole. If it is behaving like a south pole and north pole, the ring surface, the ring will be rotated, the ring will be alleviating in this way. Yes or not? The ring will be leviating on this. This is the wooden base. On the surface, the ring is leviating. The ring is leviating in this way there itself. Means what? Upper surface is there as well as bottom surface is also existing. Now we said that this pole is nothing but what pole I have taken here? South pole I have taken. Means what? This upper surface of the ring must be have what? North pole. It have to behave like a north pole. Similarly, I have taken this one as what? North pole. Means what? The bottom surface of this one must be act as what? South pole. So what happens? South pole, north pole attracts each other. South pole and north pole attracts each other due to attraction force of these two poles, and due to attraction force of these two poles, what happened there? The ring will be leviated within the air. While from here the upper surface is behaving like a north pole, south pole, north pole attraction will be taken place, and the bottom surface is behaving like what? South pole. Therefore, attraction will be taken place here due to attracting of two poles. The force of attraction between the two upward surface as well as bottom surface allow the ring to be get leviated within that particular area. The ring will be leviated or floats within that particular place within the air. It will be get floating there itself. When it is having opposite poles, same as the thing. If the current coil, when it is happening there itself, when the current is passing through this particular coil, when as we are connected to AC source, when the current is passing through this particular coil or solenoid, if the direction of current is along what it is, clockwise direction if it is there. What direction is it there? Clockwise direction if it is there. Then upward surface of this particular pole of the coil will behave like south pole. Bottom face of this particular coil or solenoid will behave like a north pole. If the current in the coil or solenoid is clockwise direction, that particular point we have to keep in our mind. Then afterwards, when the current is flowing in the coil is what? Clockwise, up surface is acting like south pole, bottom surface is acting like north pole. Simultaneously, if the current in this particular metal ring is anti-clockwise direction there itself, if it is existing anti-clockwise direction, then what happens there? If it is clockwise, south pole, north pole. If it is anti-clockwise means what? Exactly opposite to the upper surface of this particular metal ring will be north pole. Bottom surface of the metal ring will be as what? South pole. Due to this reason, what happened there? North pole, south pole, attraction will be taken place. South pole, north pole, attraction will be taken place. Due to force of attraction between those two things, what happened there? The ring will be freely floats in the air within that particular fixed region there itself. Within that particular fixed region, the ring will be leviated in the air or floats in an air. That particular point we can keep it in our mind. Later on, after some time interval, again what happened? The current in the coil will be changing as what? Anti-clockwise direction. Current in this particular soft iron cylinder will be changing as what? Anti-clockwise direction. Then south pole will be changing as what? North pole. Therefore, this south pole will be behaving as what? North pole. And bottom surface will be behaving like what? South pole. Bottom surface is behaving like what? South pole. Then what happens? The current flowing in this particular metal ring will be what? It will be as, it won't be in anti-clockwise direction, but it would be existing as what? Clockwise direction. If it is existing as clockwise direction, then what happens there? North pole will behave like south pole, south pole will behave like north pole, up surface will be behaving like what? South pole, bottom surface will be behaving like what? North pole. You have taken force of attraction, so that what happens there itself, the ring will be leviated in the air. If the current direction in this particular metal ring is not changing, for example, remaining as only in anti-clockwise direction, the current is moving. Then what happens there? The upper surface of this particular metal ring will be acting like north pole. Bottom surface of the metal ring will be acting like south pole. North pole. Here what happens? Attraction won't take place. Repulsion will be taken place here. attraction won't take place, repulsion will take place. As it is, repulsive force is acting, it allows the ring to move away from this particular surface. Simultaneously from bottom also the same curve, repulsion will be taken place, south pole and south pole, repulsion will be taken place, so it will push away, from up it is pushing away, from bottom it is pushing away. Due to that reason, the ring will be alleviated within certain region where the force of repulsion of up surface as well as bottom surface is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Due to that reason also the ring will be alleviated in air after certain interval of time gradually changes. As we are connecting to alternate current source, what happened there? Current flow in the coil will be gradually changes. As the current flow in the coil is gradually changing, what happened? Polarities are changing continuously. First it is behaving like south pole upper surface. As the current in the coil is clockwise, upper surface is south pole, bottom surface is north pole. Therefore, on metal ring, current flowing in the metal ring will be anti-clockwise direction. Up surface will be acting like north pole, bottom will be acting like south pole. As the current flow is gradually changing in regular interval of time, as we are connected to AC source, what happened? The metal ring will be the polarities of the coil will be gradually changes. As the polarities of the coil changes, direction in this particular metal ring of the coil, or the current flowing in this particular metal ring also will be gradually changes. There will be change in magnetic flux. As the change in magnetic flux takes place upon this particular ring, it also behaves like what? A magnet of different polarities of the coil. Due to that reason, the ring will be alleviated within the air we can give it up. As we are connecting to what source here? AC source. Coming to our DC source. When we are take out this particular AC source and connecting to what? A DC source. When we are connecting it to a DC source, what happens there? The metal ring will be slightly, as it is at the bottom, the metal ring will be rises up and immediately it falls down. Immediately it falls down. Since the magnetic flux linked to that particular metal ring is zero when current flows through that particular solenoid, when no current flows through that particular solenoid there itself. Metal ring will be raised up and will be falls down immediately. Since there is the flux linked with that particular metal ring is equal to zero when no current flows through that particular one. If you are allowing current to be get flow, and what happens there itself? The solenoid will behave like a bar magnet. And it is behaving like a bar magnet. What happened? It has certain polarities, north pole as well as south pole, and there is no change in magnetic flux. Flux linked with metal ring will, when the flux linked with the metal ring will be switched on. At that instant time, there is change in magnetic flux in that particular link. After that, what happened? Again, there won't be change in flux. So due to that reason, the ring will be elevated up and again falls down. Again, when you are switching off this particular current, at that time also what happened there? The ring will be raised from the bottom up and again it falls. Why? Change in magnetic flux is taking place when we are switching off that particular ring. That is the variation between AC current as well as DC current. When DC current is there itself, when we are switching on the key, current change in magnetic flux allow the metal ring to rise up and again immediately it will falls down where net force is equal to zero. As the coil is behaving like a magnet, there won't be any change in polarities of this particular coil, so that what happens, the metal ring doesn't raise up. Once it raises up and it falls down and it will be settled at the bottom, and again as we are switching off the key, what happens there? The metal ring rises up. Why? Change in magnetic flux takes place. Due to that reason, again it rises up and falls down when we are connected to DC circuit. By this we have completed our activity, children, of activity 9. Try to analyze this particular topic much more clearly and gain knowledge by watching number of times. Thank you, children.